The Last Abraxan by Mike Ortiz. I believe this was a crowdfunded comic. Crowdfunded comic. I ordered it directly from the creator's website, thelastabraxan.com, I believe. This was an impulse buy on my part. I recently purchased a crowdfunded comic called The Hunter. And the creator, Dakota Alexander, he has a Facebook page on Marvel comics from like the 1960s through the 1980s, I think. I forget what it, but I follow him, and he recently got this comic, and he was saying that he really liked it, and his comic, The Hunter, was done in a similar fashion. Like, this looks like a Bronze Age Marvel comic, the way it's laid out. They use old newsprint paper. They use like the dot matrix, whatever, coloring process. They take the old ads and, make them look like old ads, but add new stuff to them. The letters page looks retro. They make up ads that are like the ones that would have been in the comics back then. Dakota Alexander in the Hunter, when he did his, he left him pretty much exact and just changed little tiny things. This one, they kind of redesigned the whole ads and stuff. But like I said, this was a bit of an impulse buy, and I got to say right off the bat, I don't like it. I don't think it was very good. It looks cool. The idea was this was a character that was like the cosmic characters of Marvel from the Bronze Age, like Captain Marvel, Warlock, the Jim Starlin stuff, basically. But I think this kind of falls short. The artwork is good. It's not great. Like, he does a really good job when he just draws the main character, the Abraxan, but the rest of it gets a little meh. Here's a bit on how the comic came about, and it's really cool the way they do it. They did a good job putting this together, I think, but the story is just kind of eh. Artwork not bad, but not great. It's just kind of it's like they had the idea to do a retro comic, but then they're like, okay, now we gotta like have the comic be about something, and they just kind of like grabbed a bunch of stuff. There's influences from Star Wars in here. There's influences like from 70s Marvel cosmic characters in here. They've even got the bad guy is Richard Nixon, only he's green, and he's like a war emperor, just like conquering and pillaging and depleting the resources of every land and planet that he takes over. And it's basically just the rebels versus the big tyrant is what this story is. And the last Abraxan, he's a priest, monk, warrior type thing of this old order of Abraxans. They sought enlightenment and knowledge, and only fought when absolutely necessary. But he still has, I guess, some abilities, some powers. But I don't know. This one kind of in the same way that the Hunter, the other retro comic, crowdfunded comic that I followed and bought. I did a video on that a little bit ago. I'll put a link to that at the end of this video, so you can check that one out too. But this one just, I don't know. Like, here we've got a brothel where all the aliens are like getting it on. It's kind of smutty. I don't know. The story is very basic, very not surprising, not like I said, it's basically they had the idea, they wanted to do a retro comic. They came up with a character that was kind of like a Jim Starlin-esque type character from 70s Marvel. And then they'd like, okay, now we have to come up with a story, and they didn't really do a very good job coming up with the story, in my opinion. But it's cool. Like, it came with all the cool tchotchkes that crowdfunded stuff comes with. Here's a nice print of the cover. Very nice, oversized print. 2 of them. This is a panel from inside the book. And it came with this really cool, this is like official handbook to the Marvel Universe pages. So here's all the stats and the history on the last Abraxan, just like in the old Marvel handbook to the Marvel Universe, blah blah blah. But it's got a few pages of the characters. Here's the Rebel character. Here's the Chancellor Noxon, who's President Nixon. Here's a couple of the side characters. And then this folds out to be like a poster. This is probably like an alternate cover. But yes, you can see how they did the Marvel style, Marvel House style. And this was cool. They put this QR code in the background, and it actually works. It takes you to the last Abraxan website. So there was that. And then there's a whole pile of other little tchotchkes in here that are pretty cool. Like, since I don't really care for the comic too much, I might use some of these in my old nerd store. Like, we've got this sticker. The old Marvel Comics, still only 35 cents corner piece. It's a sticker. Where else was it? Oh, there's this one. Comics Code Authority sticker. That's pretty cool. We've got a character sticker. I don't know why they have him say this on here. Got a boogie. He doesn't say that in there, and it's kind of a lame thing to say. So I don't know why they did that. Here's a corner box art. This is a bookmark. This was kind of like the MacGuffin of the story. They were looking for this tchotchke, this MacGuffin, to point the way to victory, I guess. I don't know. Really cool glitter sticker of the title font. And another Got a Boogie sticker. But I might use those first couple that are like still only 35 cents, and the what was the other one? The Comics Code Authority. They're pretty nice. I might use them someplace. But yeah, it came with a lot of cool stuff. I think, how much was this? Was this $20? It might have been $20. Again, I'm not impressed. It's cool that they do this retro style. I do like that. But yeah, the rest of it, I don't really care for. The story's just kind of med together, like they just kind of crapped it out because they had this idea that they wanted to do this and didn't really think the story through very much or get any second opinions on it before they actually went through and did it, is what it seems like to me. But that's just me. Somebody else, your mileage may vary. But anyway, this channel does a lot of comic book content. If you're into older comics, if you're an older nerd like myself, like the old stuff, subscribe. If you think somebody would get some good info out of this video, please share it. Give me a like, give me a comment, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.